Take one. To communicate.
Just the occasional pressing of buttons.
Let's do those sounds. Down. It's a nice little thing, huh?
It's a slice of life.
What shark infested that man's face?
I'm sorry about that.
You understand? I'll have you arrested.
Just a minute.
Enough is enough. The sound turned down.
Take two.
Now look what they've gone and done.
Really? Something that they never really captured, something that should be captured, something that everyone does.
Enough is enough.
We can't stand each other.
Then suddenly, I felt like a movie. The sound turned down.
Imagination. Creative imagination.
Depression. Hey, this next bit you sound a prepared performance where things are set up. But let me go on.
Close your eyes. Decide.
I love you. You know that, right?
I don't know. I really don't know.
You want me to show you?
Yeah. All you have to do?
What do you mean?
What is it? Do
Take one.
the sound turned down.
Take one. To communicate.
Just the occasional pressing of buttons.
Let's do those sounds. Down.
Hey, welcome to this. Oh, wait, hold on. We're gonna have to start in a minute.
Take one. To communicate.
Just the occasional pressing of buttons.
Let's do those sounds. Down. It's a nice little thing, huh?
It's a slice of life.
What shark infested that man's face?
I'm sorry about that.
You understand? I'll have you arrested.
Just a minute.
Enough is enough. The sound turned down.
Take two.
Now look what they've gone and done.
Really? Something that they never really captured, something that should be captured, something that everyone does.
Enough is enough.
We can't stand each other.
Then suddenly,
Okay, sorry about that. All right, so let's get started. If you don't know, my name is Shidi Midi, and today I'm going to be writing some themed cinematic orchestral music. The theme is going to be, it's like Egyptian cinematic, like mystical, blah, blah, blah. You know, whatever it is, what it is. That's the prompt. So we're basically going to start with, I'm calling it a blank canvas, but it definitely is anything but a blank canvas. This is my orchestral template. we're going to start from scratch there. There's a couple things in there right now that I use in pretty much every song for, this, for my job. And so what it is I've always got at the start like a roll, drum roll and some chimes, a big cymbal hit. I've got a couple samples of like brass down here that are already rendered to audio that I use over and over again. We're not going to use much of that stuff yet. We'll get to it, but we need to start building up a track. So like nothing in there, right? But so what we're going to do is we're just going to start by I usually start with a drum groove personally, but we don't have to do that this time. We could start with this kind of music we usually do, or I usually do. There's like we could use like a hammered dulcimer, right? That sounds pretty cool. I don't know what this is. We'll see what it is when it loads up. Is it nothing? Ooh, I think it's nothing. Awesome. Who would have guessed? But anywho, so let's see here. Okay, I am going to, sorry, I'm just organizing some windows here. You give me a second. Okay, so we're just going to start writing some stuff. I think first things first, we need some, sounds that are pretty, I guess, Egyptian for lack of a better term. What is this? This is I think this is supposed to be, I wrote a pirate tune before this, so whatever this is, yeah, this is supposed to be a santoor. I don't know what that is. All right. Let's see. So let's go to Middle East. Let's go to plucked instruments. We've got an oud. And we'll just go ahead and replace what's there. So if you don't know, this is Play by East West. It's just something, it's like a very, very common, you can do the Composer Cloud, whatever. And I'm not going to advertise for it, but it is very helpful if you want to make orchestral music. This is probably one of the best places you can start because you get a lot of elements that you can use every single day. There's still a ton of stuff in here I use constantly because it's just nowhere else, right? So it's a good thing. So let's go ahead and we'll add this second instrument, which is a santoor. Yeah, that's more what I was thinking. Already sounds very, There we go. Yeah. Okay, there we go. You just, when you're doing something like this, you want to try to stick to like a harmonic minor. In general, I don't know why, but that's just sort of the vibe over the past, when did we start making Hollywood movies? I don't know, something like that. But it's probably a lot longer than that. But harmonic minor is usually where you want to sit for this sort of music. So let's go ahead and see. We've got that. Let's see, we wanted to play, oh, okay, so this is something I should have done right away. What we're going to do is we're actually going to turn this version of Play into, right now, it's just a single stereo channel. We're going to break it into a multi-output 9 channel. Just because this way we can layer multiple instruments within the same instance of the plugin. Otherwise, it'll get really CPU intensive, and that would suck. So my computer as it is doing a hell of a lot because I'm streaming. So let's do this. Yeah. Okay, so this first instrument we have here called the oud. Santoor. Got a dulcimer. What is this? What's going on here in Play? Santoor again, my bad. I already had an instance of it pulled up. So whatever. We'll probably just not use that second instance. To talk about my template for like half a second, because that's all we need to do. We don't have to go over it for very long. I'm just I've got all of these like track stacks here, right? Let me see if I can bring them all in. Yep. Okay, so we've got our percussion. This is main percussion. Then we've got what I call tuned percussion, which is things like your timpanis, your glockenspiels, marimbas, that kind of stuff. We have our brass section, which is all big cinematic orchestral brass, whatever. I have it broken down by instrument, and then different, like, there are patches that are also just big groups. Those are very convenient when you want to get an idea down fast. We've also got our strings, which again, I've broken down into like individual string sections, but then also just like the massive patches that have everything. Then we've got our theme specific one, which this one is where we're putting our things like the santur and the oud and any sort of loops that we're going to use. Those are all going to go in there because they're specific to this theme. We've got our choir, which there's just some Met-Arc choir stuff. I don't even know if we'll use this today, honestly. We might. But there's a good chance I'll go on Splice and Google Middle Eastern vocal and just huck that in there. And then we've got some basses. The basses are really, really, really basic when you're doing orchestral stuff like this. I just have bass plucks. You know what I mean? They're almost all sub, and their only goal is to be layered in with the strings or the brass, one of the two, but never both. And the reason for that is like, you don't hear a bass guitar in an orchestra, right? But you do hear that massive low end of things. So like there might be a couple bass drops in there, or just like I said, low end to fill in the gaps. It's like the string libraries, they have low end, but not really. It's not very clearly defined. Usually kind of flubby. Whereas this is very like definitively, yes, it is this note and has a strong fundamental frequency. And then lastly, we've got our sound effects, which are just like rise and hit from, I pretty much just use rise and hit at this point. Everything else is sort of other places. But that's a contact instrument, and it just goes, you know what I mean? Like, and that's pretty much it. You know, it's not that fancy. I'm actually going to open it because this previously was used in 6.8. Oh, but it still is set to 2. Okay. We're good. Okay. So, what are we going to start with? Let's pick a tempo and let's get like an action strikes loop started. That's usually where I kind of like to begin. Action strikes is just a very, very common, it's been in contact for I don't know how long now. It's been a long time, right? But you basically just hold a note, and it's got these different rhythms built in, and you can tweak things. So like I always like using the heroic drums. I think they sound the best to me personally. A little quiet though, so maybe we go up to like, I'm sorry, a little slow. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we've got basic 16th note accentuation 6. So let's go ahead and start filling out what these are going to be. So this is what's 5? That's cool. Also cool. Nice. Also cool. Okay, so we'll start with that, I think. Okay, so we've got accentuation 1. What is 6 again? Okay, so let's go ahead and make this 1. So C1, if you don't know what a key switch is just if you're holding down and playing a note and you want to change what performance patch we're going to, so if we want to switch patterns, right, all I have to do is hit C1 or C sharp 1 or D1 or whatever, and it will automatically cycle through to whatever pattern is assigned to that note, right? Extremely common, very helpful. Let's yeah, I like that pattern. So let's see what we got here. There we go. Dun, dun. And we wanted to make this 6, right? Okay. So let's see. Okay. That's cool. Okay, so I think I've got an idea for a pattern. So let's go ahead and pull up MIDI window. I'll just pull this onto the screen for a second. Can I actually see anything else? We'll just go ahead and close this. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. We'll start with our pattern, right? And we're gonna probably want to make this an 8-bar loop. I usually, I'm gonna give away my formula for a sec. Whenever I have to write something for these kind of games, right, I usually just do an A section and a B section. The A section is usually 16 bars. The B section is usually 8 to 16, and then it loops, right? And I think the second time around I might change something, but then I'll come back into the loop halfway through the first 8 bars, right? So if we're going to go ahead and do it like that, we're probably going to want the loop to start here, and so we'll do 16, 16, and then halfway through the second 16, we'll swap back, right? And then over here at 49 is probably going to be our stinger. So I'll even just, probably don't need to do this, but I'll label it anyway for the sake of the performance. All right, let's see. What's going on here? Apologies, give me 1 second. Okay. So, all right, where were we? Action strikes. Okay. So basically what I'm going to do is just stretch this out for 4 bars, and we're going to cut it in half at 3 just to make sure. You'll notice that like you don't have to cut it right there, but if you don't, you're going to constantly be hitting play in the middle of a bar, and it's going to take forever to get back there, right? And start playing again. Because Logic doesn't play in the middle of a note, which is fine. So, whoop. Logic. Okay. Okay, so let's start with, we're going to do C1 for a bar, I think. Yeah, and then we'll go back to C1, right? And then we'll go to 3. Let's see what that sounds like. Ah, see, okay, so that caught us in the middle of the bar, which was nothing. So I want to catch it at the start of the loop, right? Sick, okay. And I think what we'll do is we'll do this variation right here. Is that not the one I'm thinking it is? Maybe it's this. It's not. What is that? Oh, that is there's like a triplet right at the end there that I like. It's quiet. It doesn't matter, but I like it. Okay. So we're just going to loop this because it sounds good. So we'll do that. Now that loops. Woohoo. We've got 16 bars of action strikes, right? And so what we're going to do now is we're going to use this as our basically rhythm bed. So like everything I'm going to do from beyond here is just to fill this out. Because it does sound pretty good on its own. Actually, it sounds really good on its own, but you know, I just got to overdo everything. So I'm on the overdo crew. Let's see. Okay, so those are big kicks, right? What is this? What are you, guy? Oh, these are cymbals. Okay. That's cool. I like those. Why is it labeled church kick? Why am I like this? Okay. So let's go ahead and start adding in our pattern, right? So for the kick, or whatever we're going to call it, this is just a very, very low end church percussion kick that is in heaviosity is damage. Just exists within all complete, you know, additions, whatever. Okay, I like that bigger, thicker one on the bottom end, right? So let's just copy our pattern, right? So done, done. And this one's done, done. Yeah. And I want to say this one was like, I think it was this. Yeah, it is. Okay. So let's go ahead and just copy that 4 times. We will have a big fill on this like 16th bar, but we're not going to worry about that yet. We're just straight up not there yet. But we will at some point, right? So let's actually go ahead. We've got the kick. We've got that. Let's see. I want to say inside of complete, there's like a cool, it's like a cool sound. Go figure. Where are these apocalypse drums coming from? Let's see. So those are coming from this instance of contact. That's fine. I don't think I really need them though. I don't even think that was coming out of this. Like cymbal effects. I mean, those are cool, but that's not what I need. Okay, so screw it. We're gonna make another track. Reason they put it in there. Okay, screw it. We're getting rid of that track again. Okay, I don't know why it did that. Okay. So this is the frustrating thing about specifically multi-tracks and sometimes Logic and sometimes it's other things. But for example, right? I just wanted to create a new channel and then put it here fucking front instead of at the end, which is so stupid. I can't even comprehend or fathom why I would do that. But so now we're stuck in Logic being like, you know, doesn't know what it wants to do. Come on. Yes, we will skip missing files. I know you guys can't see this, but I'm complaining about windows that are not on the screen right now. And it's still doing this. You can see fun, 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 progress, progress, progress. Okay. Oh, we died again. Why did we die again? This is the joy of working on giant templates. Is every once in a while you'll try to do something that breaks your standard and it'll just ruin everything. So you know what? Screw it. We don't even, I'm going to pretend this track isn't even here, right? I'm just going to, I think I can just straight up delete it. Plus Logic is really mad, but looks like it figured itself out. Okay, so this is actually a instrument that's standing by itself. So we're just going to copy that. Okay, cool. New instance of contact. We do not need symbols right now. I've already, since it's a duplicate, we already have that somewhere else, right? All this is because I wanted to see, I think there was like a Middle Eastern percussion library instrument thing somewhere in here. West Africa. Come on, I know it's in here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, percussion. Let's go to ensembles. We'll do a percussion ensemble. Right? Let's see what we got in here. Oh, now we're going to play the Does It Take an Eternity to Load game. Are there no patterns? Got finger symbols. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, so these are like way down. They're pretty cool though. Nice. Do we have anything other than that performance specifically? Temporary, what is this? What does this do? Oh, that's cool. Sick. Okay. We're going to start messing with some of that. Okay. Yes, we want it to be sound pop mix. And what's 3? Dancing leaves. Sick. Okay. I think we're only going to need those 4, but let's see. Sick. Okay, I think we can work with that. Let's go ahead and record that in really quick. I started that way too early, but doesn't matter. Let's give ourselves a click track. Okay, so that's really off and rough because latency is a thing. Let's go ahead and just quantize the performance. And yeah, you can see just latency wise alone, it's already like a full lot over, right? It was like a dotted quarter note off. So that's fine. Let's go ahead and just fix it. Whoopsie. Okay. I know this is boring, but this takes a while. This is the kind of stuff that like you just have to grunt work edit through really quick. So we've got these. Whoops. See, this is why I hate working one window, but when you have to, you have to. Okay, screw it. So I'm gonna bring up the second. So yoink. Okay. So we're just going to quantize these all to the quarter note because I think I change on the quarter note every single time. Yep. All right. So that works. And then let's back to 16. Okay. So let's see what we've got. Oh, hello, viewer. How goes it? Okay. So let's go ahead and find now. Let's go find in the percussion loops. Go instruments. Percussion, and then we're gonna go with genre is definitely gonna be their world. Yeah, there's world. Okay, sick. All right. So let's find ourselves some sort of like arguably generic, like cymbally, tambourine kind of instrument. Something like this is pretty good, right? That's cool. What else we got? Some Cuica. Wrong region of the world, but it is kind of cool. Let's see. Doombeck is cool. That works, but I think we kind of covered that already with this guy. But we can definitely add some more. So let's go ahead. Let's just start adding more. The cymbal swell here, we probably don't need it. So we'll just call it, we'll just use it for this. Yeah, so that one definitely follows the like boom, clap, clap, you know, like the rhythm that we have with everything else. So perfect. And then we'll change it up we'll do it like this. So we'll treat this as our main rhythm right here, but we'll occasionally bring in this second set as like almost like a fill, right? So together it'll sound like this. So that's pretty neat. Okay. It's also a little bit too loud, and it's also very shrill. So let's figure out why it's so shrill. It's because this was a cymbal channel. All right. And like, we don't need that much high end on this, right? It's just going to get in the way later down the road when we're mixing. Nice. Okay, so let's go find, what was that cymbal thing? It was called like Balkan C. Rick. Yeah, see, that's sick. Okay. I can totally use that. Yeah. Okay, and I think what we'll do is we'll use that as like a every other sort of percussion, right? So we're going to do that every other, what was that, every 2 bars? Okay, it'll just add some interest to it the second time around, right? You want to keep the flavor moving. Right? And we can have a big impact there, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Let's give ourselves that big impact. Where is it? Okay, big boomers. We're gonna go with the big boomer energy here. This is the name of this library is Big Boomers. Whatever. It's from Stylus, and it just sounds great. Listen to that shit. Listen to these hits. Huge. It's unreasonably large, right? So we're just gonna use that. Don't need it that second time. Need it that time. Don't need it. Yeah. Okay. Sick. So we're going to do that. Okay. So we've got the flavor going. This is working pretty well. Next thing what we're going to do is we're going to use Damage and use their what is it called? Armageddon Ensemble. I don't know. It's whatever it's the sound of Damage that everybody knows, right? It's like these big, that shit, right? So we're gonna use that as a way to layer our current like rhythms, right? So where's our high one? There we go. Okay, so we're gonna go like, yeah. And the reason we're going to do this is it just adds a little bit of an epic backing behind those kind of thin sounding drums and percussion instruments we're using other places, right? And we'll just do like a little fill here, right? Because the thing about Damage is that it's cool and it's fast enough and responsive enough that I can do these little sort of fills here and there. It just adds overall texture and makes it feel like a whole ensemble's playing versus like some plugins, right? There you go. We're also going to drop that. And it sounds like we'll do that. Sick. Okay. So that's sounding pretty good. So let's just duplicate it. We'll use that as the basis for the rest of this section. Okay, and then the second time around, let's see how we can vary that. Because that one, we definitely have... Maybe do like a... boom, da boom, clap. Yeah, I think so. I think we'll actually... It'll do us some good if we remove this, right? Yeah, let's just go ahead and just duplicate this. Okay, so do something like this. Yeah. Sick. Okay, so that'll probably do us for the rest of this. So we can actually take this now and just loop it. That's probably fine. Nice. Oh no, we lost our percussion here. Duplicate that. All right. What was going on here? This was also cymbals. This also sounds very shockingly thin, and of course it does. Okay. We're also going to remove some of the high end from it. What do we got now? I don't really need anything below 150-ish, right? Nice. Okay, let's go searching now for like a hi-hat loop. I feel like that would do us some good. Let's go ahead and reset all these. Go hat loop. Okay, or just type in hat. None of that, that's for sure. Okay, screw this. This is going to take forever to search for a loop, so we're not going to do that. What we're going to do instead... Stop playing. What we're going to be doing instead is I'm just going to make one. A lot of times, you can go searching for the perfect loop, or you can just make some shit real quick. And 9 times out of 10, it's just so much easier to just make the thing, right? So, like, I know here I want to have a hi-hat loop that's just, you know, really basic, right? It's just hitting the quarter notes and keeping us in time. So we can totally do that. Let's go ahead and search library. Why is it not? Spotlight. Everything has missing folders. Why does everything always have missing sounds? Come on and load. Okay, good. Thank God. All right. So we've got battery here. I'm just going to go to my user presets. I have this thing called Crunchy Jungle. It's got a lot of breakbeats. You'd probably actually, you went through some of my discography, which you can if you want. I don't really care. It's got a lot of the breakbeats and chops are already in it, right? So, but I do have a nice little hat loop in here that I chopped up and put in. And I use that shit in everything because it's not that it even sounds that amazing. It's just so immediate. Like, it's already here. I don't have to do anything with it. And that's like 90% of what I need. It's just that it's there. Go ahead and make our little hat loop. And we're just going to duplicate it. The second time, we're going to do this. And then let's duplicate it again. And then on the fourth time, we're just going to hit the giddy. We're just going to hit a triplet, right? And let's hit 180. It's 81. What is this one? This is supposed to be 61. Yep. And we're going to actually do those on the louder hat. So here we go. So it doesn't really do anything. It just adds a little bit of what I'm looking for. It just keeps us on beat. It's like having a metronome. It's kind of the same thing. So what do we got here? I know we had some cool cymbals earlier. Where were those? Anybody got cool cymbals? Cool cymbals. What's up? Cool cymbals. Got these cool cymbals. Yeah, there are cool cymbals. Don't need any of that. I just need shit I can hit, man. There we go. So we'll definitely use these guys, right? So what note is this? This is that note. Okay. It's an F. And we're just going to use it to highlight. Oh, that's cool. Adds a little bit of difference. I mean, they're just different pitches. I guess it's not that exciting. But it's just going to add a little bit more depth and impact to those bigger hits, right? To have some cymbal behind them. And you know what was a bad idea? Was making them all different pitches. Let's just make them all F. It's easiest if they're all just one pitch. It's the same sort of cymbal hit over and over again. And what else we can do is we can probably bring these up in pitch. I'm assuming we're probably going to keep this in A minor, so we can have the cymbals happen at A. It'll feel nice. Sick. Okay. This is sounding pretty solid. Let's throw in another little cymbal roll here at the 8-bar mark. And instead of a gong, let's have it be like a proper cymbal hit, right? Sick. So we can definitely start feeling in some sort of melody. Let's try doing it with the... Oof, not that instrument. Ah, I see what the issue is. We're gonna make this, we're gonna set this to 1 and we're gonna set this to 2. Sounds a little bit like, where was it? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. You touch my tra-la-la. My ding ding dong. Yeah, it sounds like that. Huh. Anywho. So let's go ahead. Oh, fuck, dude, I forgot the melody. Damn it. Oh well. I guess I'll just have to live like this. Whoops. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull up our MIDI window. Okay. So we're probably going to start on an A, right? Let's start on an E. I'm going to go to A. Ding, dun. And then we'll do like a ba-da-da-da-dun-dun. Right, so this time we'll walk up to it. Back from E. Or back from A. 1 and 2 and. Ba-da-da-da-dun-dun. You know what, let's make them 16th notes. We'll do like a dun dun dun. I always want to add a little bit of variation each time around to make it sound more human, I guess. Let's try that. This is okay. I think we can actually delete this, right? We've got we can do, let's go to C. Yeah, I like that. Dun, dun. And we'll go to G, so. We go to, we do this. We go to D. No, that should be a C. Oh boy, oh boy. This is why I hate writing melodies. We do like a yeah, and we'll do that. We'll do that as like a dun-dun-dun, right? So that'll be probably 30-second notes, right? No, that's gonna be triplets. Yeah. Okay. And we'll go right, we'll just walk straight back up the scale. There's probably a way we can make that a little bit more interesting later, but let's just go straight back up the scale. So let's go okay, so let's see. It's too busy. I don't like it. Okay, let's see what we can fix out of it. See. Right. Maybe I'll throw in the right there, right? but we'll bring it up because right now it's way too low, right? So. All right, this melody is giving me trouble. I don't like it. We're going to mute it. We'll come back to that because it's taking too long. So if it's taking too long, usually that means you can probably change something up and you'll pick back up. So let's go ahead and start writing some strings, right? Basically I've got all my strings right now as just the big patches because I used to have individual string patches for every single like instrument in the orchestra, and it was an absolute nightmare. It took way too long to do anything, so I got rid of that. So what we're gonna do is just quick write in some strings. I know that this is gonna be an A minor, right? Because it has to be. If you're moving to C, maybe use a Phrygian dominant instead of an A minor. Yeah, that might sound cool. Yeah, agreed. Hey, Andrew. Yeah, I could definitely do that, but I'm frustrated, so I'm not gonna fuck with melodies right now. I'm just gonna start writing the rhythm section of the strings, right? Let's just start doing that. We'll do like a dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Yeah, and go like a dun dun. That sounded really good. All right, so let's make these more even notes. I really hate when they like there's a lot of note overhang. It's always got to be identical, like perfect, you know. Orchestral music day, let's go. Yeah, I don't know, I hope it's any good. This is like my least confident genre, so I'm always sitting there like, oh, I hate this, but whatever. See, even that I don't like. Maybe do. Okay, screw this, we'll write in these parts later. Okay, let's just get the rhythm. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Okay. And I know this one's going to be like the dun dun dun. Okay, so if that lick was okay. Let's try that. Let's do dun 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 boom boom. Yeah, okay. Boom boom dun 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 dun. Cool. I think I'm okay with this. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So this is working, all right? So let's go ahead and let's start adding in the different string sections that are going to be doing this. Because right now, all we've got is just Symphobia, which is very, like, it's a great library. It's very direct, but I want to put in some stuff that's more impactful. And that's going to be, we're going to jump to Metropolis Arc, right? Oh, that should be like there. Yeah, that's that. That's the move right there. Okay, so let's put that. This. And let's go ahead and add this to the Metropolis high. And we'll bring all of it up an octave. Yeah. Now I hate this. Okay. Fix one thing and ruin something else. It happens every time. Damn it. All right. Let's definitely do something with this. Maybe let's go down to E, up to... maybe like a... yeah, I like that. Okay, so this is sounding cool. Symphobia is a little weak, so what we're going to do is just go ahead, add an octave high. I think we can probably add an octave low too. Yep. And then I'm going to do the most infuriating thing in the world. And we're just going to layer these in with Logic's stock strings from Sampler. I'm not even kidding. They're just... sounds good. They're just super direct, right? Okay, so that's working. What else can we do? I think we can hold out some of these notes in here. Like, let's just bring... let me see what Symphobia looks like. I think we can take some of these notes that I like, that I want to be longer. We've got... those should be held out notes, right? So, hold them out. This one I know I want hold out too. The rest we can just straight up delete because we're just not going to need it because they're already being covered by the other strings, right? So now if we take this, duplicate it, and then we can bring that down to, like, I know we'll need it in the long strings here. And I know I'll probably need it in the low long as well. So let's see what that sounds like. Oh, but this is probably way too many octaves of that. So let's just go ahead and grab that middle one. Oops, let's keep. Okay. Okay, the Metropolis arc doesn't go that low. Okay, because otherwise that would have been cool to have those really low notes in there. And I think too on these longer held out notes, right? Definitely, let's bring those up. And I think we need an octave higher all around. Maybe even two. Let's see. Okay, so the highs are really cool, but they're a little bit too high for the first time around. So what we're going to do actually is we're going to take them and we're going to do them the second time, you know, the second 8 bars. We're going to remove them from the first 8 bars though, because it's too high. And while it sounds good, what we're going to do is we're going to copy all this stuff over, but then to make that sound, whoops, but then to make it sound higher up the second time around, what we're going to do is we're going to take these. Let's actually not do Metropolis stuff right now. Let's take this ones that are these big stacks and take their highest version of the melody, their highest octave, and bring it up another whole octave, right? And then we're going to take Metropolis arc high notes and we're going to make them even higher than they were. Why are we doing this? Like, okay, so here's the difference, right? So now that second time around, it sounds a lot fuller. You know what I mean? Because we went up an octave. We're playing the same thing, but it sounds bigger. It sounds more full, right? That's some good stuff. All right. Let's see here. What do we need next? Everything's kind of just hovering around A, which is fine. Doesn't really matter. What are we doing with this melody? The melody is terrible. We're deleting it. We do not need it. Okay. It sucks. I don't write music at all for a living. This shit, the worst. I hated that. Okay. See, this is the thing. Every once in a while, you'll listen back to something after you fill out the rest of it. Because like before, that sounded okay, but now that we have these big, nice string sections in, now that melody sounds like boo-boo ass. It sounds terrible. So let's make it suck less. Let's go find... I guess we'll just use the Middle Eastern fiddle, whatever that is. I can't. Why would they call it a fiddle? I feel like it would just be a violin. That's not what I wanted. Take this out of Omni. Make it. I want this to be MIDI channel 3. I'm sitting on that. Isn't okay. All right. Okay. Okay. I want this to come out of 5 and 6. And yet it's still coming out of the Santur. Why? Oh, I see. Okay, so I need to make this a track. Cool. Okay. So that's pretty neat. That sounds good. What else do we got? Show me what you got. What is this next instrument? Middle Eastern strings, big. Yes. Okay. So I definitely need these. Let's go ahead and add them. They're going to be MIDI channel 4, and they're going to come out of 7 and 8. So we'll add them over here, and then create our track. Terrible chord. Okay. But those sound pretty good. I do like them. So we'll roll with those. They're a little bit cheesy, but I have a feeling they're going to be really good when it comes to putting in a melody. I don't know why. That's the vibe. So let's see. Let's add this tambour. What are you? You're going to be MIDI channel 5. You're going to come out of 10 and 11. And we're going to multiply. We're going to add another channel. And we're going to create a track. And what does it sound like? Like a weird wheel harmonica. Okay. But that'll work. I can roll with that. I think we actually have enough for right now to start doing a melody thing. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I'm going to procrastinate on writing a melody because I hate writing melodies. So let's go ahead and layer up our bass really quick. What does our bass sound like? You sounded like nothing. Okay. So, it's because it's just a sub hit, right? There we go. And so for these not as quick, these little sections that aren't runs, we're actually going to make them longer notes, just because the bass is often going to be kind of punched around by the, what is it called? By track spacer later. I know the low end of my percussion is going to cut into the bass and remove some of it, so we want it to be a longer note. Right? When you mix it in with everything else. It just adds that little bit of extra oomph to your strings that I think everything needs, right? It's got to have oomph. So let's go ahead and see what else we got. We got the Santur. This was that fiddle boy. Fiddle. And then we've got Big Stringer. And then we got, I don't remember, as tambour. I was going to call it Yumpo because I couldn't remember it. Yep. Sick. Okay. So let's see. Okay, cool. Do we have any cool oud licks in here? I feel like we do. A lot of times these little licks really help me sort of, I can layer them in the background, but they'll really help me figure out what I want things to sound like. Let's see. Y'all do anything cool at any point? I need one in A. All right. Actually had something come up really quick, so I will be right back.
Take one to communicate.
Just the occasional pressing a button.
Let's do something. Down, down, down. It's a nice little thing.
It's a slice of life.
What shark infested that man says.
I'm sorry about that.
You understand? I'll have you arrested.
Just a minute.
Enough is enough. The sound turned down.
Take one. To communicate.
Just the occasional pressing of buttons.
Let's do those sounds. Down. It's a nice little thing, huh?
It's a slice of life.
What shark infested that man say?
I'm sorry about that.
You understand? I'll have you arrested.
Just a minute.
Enough is enough. The sound turned down.
Okay, I'm back. It sounds like I have to help my wife swap some stuff from both of our cars and help her bring her stuff upstairs. So I'm actually going to call the stream there. You know what? It's like 3 o'clock on a Friday anyway, and I'm usually done at like 3:30 or 4. So screw this. I'm out. I'll maybe continue this on Monday. I definitely will continue it in private, but I don't know if I'll stream it again. But we'll see, I guess. I don't know. I really like that picture of the Illuminati desk that I posted on Twitter right beforehand about this. So I'm going to use it in the thumbnail, and then I'll probably do a part 2 because I also want to use it again in the thumbnail again because it's a hilarious picture of an Illuminati desk. Midjourney's weird. Anywho, I'm out. My name is Shidi Midi. See you guys later. Yeah, I snapped my fingers. That's something I did finger guns, but you can't tell because I did. There's no picture of my face. Okay. See you guys next time. I'll be streaming like usual every single Wednesday. This was just kind of like a quick impromptu. Hoping to do more impromptu ones like this now that I have my new desk. Everything's a lot easier. There's a microphone arm clipped on the giant Illuminati pyramid behind the computer monitor, so really easy to just pull that down. Anywho, all right, well, I could probably clip the hell out of the mic right there. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you on Wednesday, maybe Monday, who knows. I don't really give a shit. Have a good weekend. Take it easy.